I'm Victoria Watkins, and this is my art channel. This is actually the very first video on my art channel, so I appreciate you taking the time to, click and check it out. Today's video is a time-lapse process of me doing a promotional poster for a local music festival. This music festival was called Future Chord Fest, and it was actually put on by my good friend Jeremy. I appreciate that he gave me the opportunity to do promotional artwork for that festival a whole lot. I didn't do any time-lapse videos of any of the other images that I did to promote Future Chord Fest, but I might flash them up intermittently just to give a general idea of how this piece kind of relates to the other ones. So the concept behind this piece is that I wanted to work on a theme of kind of summery, and I'm admittedly a huge foodie. I have a big sweet tooth, I love food, so any way to interject food into my artwork or to draw food is always going to be a great time for me. But it also kind of relates to just the general concept of trying to do appealing, summery scenes, maybe that are, they're less, illustrative in the sense of creating a landscape and more just about the kind of vibe of summer in order to promote these things. And I thought that, instead of having the ice cream or gelato flavors in the, what are those, I guess little troughs, instead we would be putting the band names in there. So I thought that would be a good way to organize that visual information to create this announcement image for some of the bands that were going to be playing in that festival. Relative to the other pieces, the first one that I did was a pool with this kind of like cat lady in it, and it had the name of the festival in the bottom of the pool. And from there I had kind of drawn inspiration from David Hockney and some of his works. He's very renowned for his imagery of pools and kind of like the Hollywood poolside scene, I guess. And so you have this bright, vibrant blue and these white highlights and these kind of sun-baked reddish, dusty reds and yellows and such. And so from there I kind of thought, well, I'm going to incorporate some of those pastels and some of those same color schemes, and that's kind of what gave me the inspiration to use the colors that I did. I also had a little bit of fun with the band names. If you can, tell, Junior Astronomers is one of the names on there, and I really liked the idea of bringing in some kind of like spacey themes, and these kind of, like planets and aliens and stars. And also the apartment club, you'll see in a moment, I colored this kind of beige color because when I think of apartments, I think of you're not allowed to paint the walls and everything's that off-white color or else you're gonna, not get your security deposit back. So, but I did, I put some sprinkles on it, so I guess that's a way to kind of personalize your little apartment experience in the same way. Truthfully, as it might be evident, I actually am not that well versed in watercolors. I've done it on and off for a while. I've usually used them kind of as a soft wash, which is maybe how it looks here, more so than some of the people I've seen that do these full-on, beautiful, just packed with color paintings, and that's something I'd like to work towards. But I guess I kind of am subconsciously inspired by the ephemerality of watercolors in general, and the lightness with which you can suggest certain forms and hues and such. I had done all of these promotional images in watercolor, and I thought it was a good way to practice the medium some more, but I really do think that I need to work a little bit harder to be more successful at them, especially because I want to keep making videos, and I currently don't have a setup for recording digital at the time of me recording this. I might be able to, do that pretty easily, I'm not sure, but for the time being, it's a lot easier to point a camera at a piece of paper and record from there. So the hand lettering is something that I wanted to continue because at the end of it you'll see where I grabbed the Future Chord Fest logo from another piece that is the one that I spoke about, the being at the bottom of the pool. And I had hand lettered that, and so I wanted to continue that sort of handmade, not necessarily rustic, but definitely, I guess, kind of kitschy vibe of hand lettering these things. I'm not a big fan of text because when you find fonts, you gotta go hunt them down and you have to install them, and my computer's really slow, so a lot of times it's just easier for me to hand draw the font, even though it doesn't look great or super polished. It does have a little bit of a personal spin on it that I like. Yeah, so here's the final image. I processed it a little bit in digital, I scanned it, and then we added that purple background. I brought the colors out a little bit as well. Another beef of mine that I have with watercolor, and it's not the medium so much as my own ineptitude, is that I have difficulty finding out the color balance and getting a good scan out of it, because some of the subtleties of those light gray areas or other colors like that where you just have these very gentle washes, they get blown out big time when I take them somewhere else to get scanned. And perhaps that's just call for me to get my own scanner and start scanning things in on my own. I'm not sure, but there is a little bit of back-end work in terms of balancing the colors and trying to bring that exposure down a little bit so that not all of the midtones get lost. Anyways, I appreciate very much you taking the time to watch my video, and I'm excited to be producing more in the future, and I hope that you will stick with me and continue to watch me grow as an artist, and I hope that my videos are able to provide some sort of joy or inspiration to anybody who's watching. Thanks again! Hey, if you like this video, I hope you'll give it a like, and if you want to see more of my work in the future, I hope you'll consider subscribing. If you want to support an up-and-coming independent artist, me, I am selling these sweet Radical Skullcat enamel pins in my store and shop. I'll drop a link to my store below. And if you can't pick up a pin but still want to help, it would mean so much to me if you'd share this video with your friends. What did you think of my first video? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much, everyone! See you next time!